What's up everybody? Coming at you today to give you the lowdown on the new VIPER 430 crossbow from TenPoint. This has been a big month for TenPoint because they just announced all their new crossbows for 2023, and the VIPER 430 is just one of many in that lineup. But the reason I want to talk about this crossbow in specific today is because I've got some personal experience with it. About a month ago, when this crossbow was still under wraps, I was able to get my hands on it and bring it out for a crossbow hunt in Wisconsin for a whitetail, and it ended up being a great hunt. I shot one of the biggest bucks I've ever taken, and I sighted this crossbow in the night before the hunt. So I'd say that proves that this thing is a performer, but let's go through some of the features and explain what we've all got here in the VIPER 430. The first thing you're going to want to know about this crossbow is that it comes as a package, so you've got almost everything you need to get out there and start hunting with it right away. You've got the crossbow itself, you've got a really nice optic. In the case of this one, it's the Rangemaster 100. It's optimized with a reticle in there so that you can actually have aiming points out to 100 yards to get accuracy out to that distance. And then Pro Elite 400 arrows. These are really nice carbon arrows from Easton, 0.003 inch straightness, so super tight tolerance, and very accurate arrows. And then finally, you're going to have a quiver to store those arrows. It comes on and off the crossbow very easily, so just a nice, handy, convenient accessory that you're going to want for sure anytime you're carrying around a crossbow. One minor upgrade I decided to make to the arrows was adding lighted nocks. I think if you're going to be bow hunting in any way, shape, or form, you really should be using lighted nocks. You're going to have a lot better recovery rate. You're going to be able to find your arrows easier. There are so many benefits to it, and for somebody like me who's filming my hunts, when you're shooting a super fast crossbow, it's just about impossible, even in slow motion, to see that arrow in flight, let alone see the impact on the animal, if you don't have a lighted nock. But if you do have a lighted nock, you're going to be able to see that arrow in flight, and you're probably going to be able to see the impact. Now, while this package does come with the Rangemaster 100 scope, which I can say is a very, very nice crossbow optic, as you can see, I personally opted for the Burris Oracle X. It's got a built-in rangefinder, so once it's set up, all I have to do is press this button when I'm aiming at my target. It's going to show me exactly where to aim with an illuminated aiming point in the optic itself, and it cuts out that extra step of needing to use a handheld rangefinder. No, the Oracle X doesn't come with this package, but you will see it with several of the other TenPoint crossbow packages that are available. VIPER 430. The 430 means 430 feet per second. That's how fast it's going to push these Pro Elite 400 arrows out of the crossbow. Now, its predecessor was the VIPER S400. That thing was doing 400 feet per second, but TenPoint took that best-selling crossbow to the next level to create the VIPER 430, and it's got a bunch of new features that you're going to want to know about. One of the main things that you're going to see in this build that's new is the optics mounting system. So you've got a really nice long rail to accommodate a variety of optics like this Burris Oracle X, and it's got what they call scope struts built into it. So it improves the rigidity and the overall durability of the setup so that even if you have a heavy optic on there, or even if you bump this crossbow, you're much less likely to encounter any issues with the scope getting bumped off. One of the other things I really like about this crossbow is its overall dimensions. So it's about 33 inches long, and then when it's fully cocked, it's about 6.5 inches wide. So it shoulders a lot like a rifle. It's well balanced. It's very nice and comfortable to shoot, but yet it's not too long, it's not too bulky. It's got a sleek profile, so if you're in a ground blind or if you're in a tree stand like I was on my hunt, you're going to be able to get around the tree and you're going to be able to get on those deer the way that you want to. And I was self-filming, so I had a lot of stuff going on in the tree when I shot that deer, but I was still able to navigate around with the crossbow, get around all the obstacles that I had in the tree with me, and make that shot. Another thing that's notable from my experience is prior to shooting this crossbow, I was shooting the Siege RS 410, which is a reverse draw crossbow. Now the VIPER 430, it's a forward draw crossbow. Reverse draw crossbows definitely have their advantages, and I like the RS 410, but what I learned with this is, being an avid rifle shooter, this did feel a lot more comfortable for me to shoulder and get on target. Another reason why I like this little bit longer design, when you have this crossbow set on the ground or maybe set on the seat of your tree stand like I often do, leaned up against the tree, you're not going to have to worry about the broadhead poking into the ground or poking into your tree stand seat or whatever you have it set on. With a reverse draw crossbow that's super compact, it gets a little bit awkward because a lot of times that broadhead is sticking out, and if you want to set the crossbow up against the ground, the broadhead's going to poke into the dirt, and that's definitely not something that you want. So in addition to the 430 smoking feet per second that this thing launches arrows at, what else contributes to the accuracy? Well, I already mentioned the fact that its shoulder is very nice, it balances really well, but another huge component of this TenPoint that allows you to shoot super accurately is the trigger. It's a 2-stage trigger, it's very smooth, and I don't care if you're shooting a crossbow or a precision rifle, if you don't have a smooth trigger, you're never going to be able to achieve maximum accuracy. And another note in terms of accuracy, if you do choose to use the Rangemaster 100 scope, that comes with the package. Again, it's a super reliable, good optic, and it has aiming points in there, so you will be able to make those accurate shots at all the reasonable shot distances that you intend to shoot in the field. In terms of features, the last thing I'm going to say about the VIPER 430 is in regards to the AccuSlide cocking and decocking system from TenPoint. You're going to find that in all their crossbows, and I would have to argue that it is second to none for a cocking and decocking system because it's easy, it's quiet, it's efficient, and when you do let down to decock the crossbow, even if you let go mid-cycle of that handle, it's not going to go flying around and spinning around, so you're not going to reach in there and try to grab it and smash your knuckle or something. It's a very, very smooth drawing process or decocking process. How about price? That's definitely going to be a consideration for most people who are shopping for a crossbow. And at $17.50 for the full package, if you compare it to all the other crossbow packages in the whole TenPoint lineup, I would say it's at the lower end of cost with still a high level of performance.